Welcome to TNN Taiga News Network Morning News. A drastic crisis has taken the cover of news all over the taiga, from Canada to Russia. Hundreds of carbon dioxide molecules have been kidnapped, adopted against their will from the atmosphere. Scientists and detectives are working feverishly to uncover the plot and have narrowed down their suspects. The accused are none other than the wild blueberry plant. For its trophic level primary producers and autotrophs, these plants claim to need the carbon dioxide for a life-supporting biosynthesis process they call photosynthesis. It is the only way for them to provide food for themselves by converting light energy into chemical energy. There are two parts to this process: the light-dependent and the light-independent. During the light-dependent, pigments such as chlorophyll, located in the thylakoid, absorb light energy and use it to break water into electrons, hydrogen ions, and oxygen. The oxygen is given off as a byproduct, hydrogen ions are stored up inside the thylakoid membrane, and energy is transferred to the electrons. Then, the electron moves from photosystem 2 to photosystem 1 over the electron transport chain. During this time, they turn NADP plus into NADPH, supplying energy for the light-independent reactions soon to come. Finally, they have reached photosystem 1 and have reached ATP synthase. Now, they pump the hydrogen ions through this enzyme, turning ADP into ATP, supplying even more energy to come. Now, during the light-independent reactions, also known as the Calvin cycle, we get to use that energy. A carbon dioxide molecule enters and is added to an organic 5-carbon molecule. Then, through carbon fixation and some help of the energy of NADPH and ATP, a 6-carbon molecule leaves the cycle and joins hydrogen and oxygen to make glucose. Photosynthesis is over, but our mission is not, because carbon is now trapped in a sticky mess right in the middle of glucose. Officers were right about to capture the plant and to serve justice for our abducted carbon molecules. But someone has intervened. Who, you ask? None other than the snowshoe hare. A second trophic level heterotroph and primary consumer, this organism needs the energy for cellular respiration. The glucose molecule is now broken down into 2 pyruvate molecules in a process called glycolysis. This is anaerobic and takes place in the cytoplasm because no oxygen is needed. Next, the molecules enter the Krebs cycle. They are transformed into citric acid, and as the cycle goes on, carbon dioxide and energy is extracted. Carbon dioxide gets to leave as a byproduct. Lucky carbon! And the energy is transferred to electrons. The electrons are now cruising down the electron transport chain, but as they go from enzyme to enzyme to enzyme, they start to get tired and don't have much energy left. But finally, they have reached their destination, ATP synthase. Here, with the help of an oxygen molecule, they can pump hydrogen ions through the enzyme once again and form much-needed ATP. Officers were hot on the tail of the hare, but were once again too slow. This time, who intervened? The vicious black bear. A third trophic level heterotroph and secondary consumer. This animal also needs energy for its own biosynthesis processes, such as digestion. Here, enzymes come in and break down compounds by hydrolysis into simple molecules that can be used for their nutrients by the organism. And don't forget cellular respiration. That still happens. But this time, we were ready. The officers captured the bale and brought fungus onto the site. This decomposer helped break down glucose by decomposition. Once again, enzymes come in and it broke down oxygen into hydrogen, carbon dioxide, and carbon to be released back into the atmosphere. So, the mission is over, and so is the adventure. But I think we can say mission accomplished. Carbon dioxide is finally home after an exciting, bold, tragic, and life-changing experience we now call the carbon cycle. But don't go just yet. Stay tuned in to get your questions answered. The one that keeps you up at night. Why do pandas eat bamboo? Until next time, this is Ervin Farkas on Taika News Network, signing off.